it's the DPP. This is the DPP's case. The argument he made the other day. He sat down with Sophia Wanuna of KTN, and he said the way that he has sought to cure that. So he says, first of all, when some of these charges were preferred, they did not have those guidelines in place, those decision to charge guidelines. And he said he took it in good faith when the DCI presented their cases. He said he did not expect then to have senior officers in court withdrawing their statements saying they were under coercion. So he said he took it in good faith, like our Commissioner Mudaura here is saying. He said it was a learning curve for him, that it was under a gentleman's agreement that I will trust that you will seal these gaps in the case. What do you make of that argument?
Now I'm even more perturbed, because this is Office of the Director of Public Prosecution. Right there, the mandate is Article 157 of the Constitution. Not good faith, not gentleman agreement. There is a constitution, whether they are guidelines or not. Even IPOA are developing guidelines, but they have been working even without, because the letter and the spirit of the Constitution, especially for the ODPP, is extremely clear. What happens when holders of independent offices keep relying on good faith, gentleman agreement? What are we supposed to make of the long process that happened? Since 92, the peak of it was 2007, when we decided we must get 2008 onward, when we decided we must make institutional reforms. What becomes of that if all that thinking, the laws, he has a whole legislation that has been there since 2013. That particular office has very, very competent people to check on the documents that come in and whether a case merits. Remember, these cases were not only taken to court, they were publicized. We were entertained on Twitter, on Facebook, with press statements, surely. You cannot run away from responsibility, and this even speaks to the issue of leadership and integrity of our independent offices. If it was a gentleman's agreement, it is below the bar of what the Constitution requires, and the honorable thing to do is to allow somebody who believes in the Constitution to now take leadership. The ODPP, in my opinion, therefore, should not be using Kenyans' time and taxpayers' money explaining a gentleman's agreement. He should now be saying, I should have stuck to the Constitution. And it's almost an admission of culpability. It may be a learning curve, but it is too costly, a learning curve. Because think about it. If it is true that these people were coerced and there were no safeguards within investigating mechanism to deal with that, they will withdraw. All these people will come after taxpayers' money for compensation, defamation, and all that. That is too high a price. Thereafter, the next person who will be arrested, we will debate first, is this political? Is it real that they are offenders? Soon, there will be apathy and lethargy to engage with the judicial system. What happens? We will quickly go into anarchy. And whereas I am encouraged that Kenya Kwanza has said they will respect independent institutions as per the Constitution, this is something we are waiting to see, because, say, the NPS is supposed to be independent, but now there is a chief administrator, the accounting officer has been appointed by the president. That surely doesn't feel like independence entirely. So if you think about it, the statement by Kenya Kwanza and His Excellency the President are encouraging. If we can allow all institutions to work as per the constitutional mandate, they speak out, they take their reports either to the executive or to parliament, and where necessary even to the judiciary, we'll move closer. But for now, we are eroding confidence in our accountability mechanism and our justice system, and it is too costly.
Okay. Yeah.